I gave my employee lower raises for refusing overtime and got called into HR for discrimination. I managed 2 people in our contracts department, Jack and Jill. I hired them both 2 years ago when my old team quit, and they've been solid workers ever since. But they're complete opposites when it comes to work-life balance. Jack's single, no kids, and totally flexible. Jill has a 5-year-old daughter and made it crystal clear during her interview that she works 8:30 to 5, period. No overtime, no weekends, no travel, no exceptions. I respected that and hired her anyway because she's really good at what she does. The thing is, our job has these random urgent projects that pop up. Like last month, our West Coast team sent us a contract at 4 p.m. that needed to be reviewed and approved that same night because they were trying to close a huge deal. I asked Jill if she could stay late to handle it, and she reminded me about her boundaries and left at exactly 5. So Jack stepped up and worked until 8 p.m. to get it done. This happens maybe once or twice a week, and Jack always volunteers, while Jill always says no. I also send Jack on business trips to meet clients face to face, which Jill can't do because of her kid. Both of them do great work when they're actually working, but Jack objectively gets more done because he puts in extra hours. So when raise time came around, I gave Jack a bigger raise and bonus. I also rated him outstanding on his performance review while Jill got successful. I thought this was fair and figured Jill would never find out since we don't share salary information. Wrong. Last week, Jill storms into my office demanding to know why Jack got better ratings and more money. Apparently someone told her about his raise, and she was furious. She said I was punishing her for having boundaries and that it wasn't fair. I explained that Jack simply does more work because he's available for urgent projects and client travel. I told her I respect her boundaries completely, but that doesn't mean I can't reward someone who goes above and beyond when needed. Then she asked how she could ever get an outstanding rating, and I made the mistake of being honest. I said as long as Jack's on the team and willing to work extra hours, she probably never would because they do the same quality work, but he does more of it. Jill went straight to HR after that meeting. 3 days later, I got called into this conference room with the HR director looking like she wanted to fire me on the spot. She started lecturing me about how performance reviews aren't just about hours worked and that I was showing bias against single mothers. I tried explaining that this had nothing to do with Jill being a mom and everything to do with availability for urgent projects. But the HR director kept cutting me off and saying I was discriminating based on family status. She said treating someone differently because they can't work overtime due to childcare responsibilities was basically illegal. I told her that was ridiculous because I'm not forcing anyone to work overtime. Jack volunteers for it, and I reward him accordingly. If Jill changed her mind and became available for urgent projects, she'd get the same treatment. The whole thing ended with HR putting me on a performance improvement plan and requiring me to attend sensitivity training. They also made me give Jill a retroactive raise to match Jack's, even though she still refuses to work a single minute past 5. Now Jack's pissed because his extra work isn't being recognized anymore, and Jill acts like she's won some major victory. The whole office dynamic is completely screwed up.